Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are diving deep into the story of the 1-cent coin from the year 1981. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but it carries a fascinating history, hidden details, and even surprising values for collectors. So if you have a 1981 penny in your pocket or coin collection, make sure you watch until the end because you might be holding on to something worth much more than a single cent. Let's start with the history of this coin. The year was 1981 and the United States Mint was still producing pennies made mostly of copper. Each cent struck that year contained about 95% copper and 5% zinc. This is important because copper had been the main metal in pennies since the very beginning, but in 1982 the mint would switch to a mostly zinc composition due to the rising cost of copper. So the 1981 penny marks the final full year of traditional copper cents before the change. That historical fact alone makes it a key date for many collectors who want to own one of the last classic copper issues. On the obverse side, or the front of the coin, you will see the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1981 coin kept the same image of Lincoln created by Victor David Brenner. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1981. On the reverse side, you will find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. The memorial side also includes the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the denomination 1 cent. If you look closely at the design, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, making it one of the few U.S. coins to feature the same person on both sides. Now let's talk about mint marks. The 1981 penny was struck at several different mints. You will find coins with no mint mark for Philadelphia, a D mint mark for Denver, and an S mint mark for San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint struck proof coins which were specially made with sharp details and mirror-like finishes for collectors. Each mint mark can make a difference in value depending on condition and rarity. As for mintage numbers, the 1981 penny was produced in extremely large quantities. Billions were struck that year, which means it is a very common coin in circulation. However, not all pennies are equal. Coins in poor condition are usually worth only face value, but uncirculated coins, high-grade mint state examples, and proof coins can bring in more. So what about the value of the 1981 penny? For most circulated examples, the value is 1 cent. But because these coins are made mostly of copper, they have an intrinsic value based on their metal content. A copper penny has more value in copper than its face value, which is why collectors hold on to them. For coins in uncirculated condition, values can range from a few cents to a few dollars depending on the grade. Proof coins from San Francisco, especially those in pristine condition, can be worth even more to collectors. Some rare varieties also exist. For example, there are small differences in the lettering of the mint mark for certain proof coins, known as Type 1 and Type 2 mint marks. The Type 2 variety is sharper and clearer, and collectors often pay a premium for it. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. The 1-cent coin has been in circulation for over a century, and billions of them have been produced. While 1 penny may seem insignificant, when you consider how many are in circulation, the total value runs into billions of dollars. The 1981 penny is part of that massive history. It is a snapshot of American coinage right before a major change in composition and a reminder of how even small coins tell big stories. So should you keep your 1981 pennies? The answer is yes, especially if they are in great condition or if you come across proof versions. They may not make you instantly rich, but they carry both historical and collectible value. And who knows, with rising interest in copper coins, their worth may continue to grow over time. To wrap it up, the 1981 1-cent coin is more than just spare change. It represents the end of an era for copper coinage, features one of the most beloved designs in U.S. history, and continues to be an accessible piece for collectors everywhere. So next time you see a 1981 penny, take a moment to appreciate the story it carries and the history it holds in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Drop a comment below if you have a 1981 penny in your collection and let us know its condition. Until next time, happy collecting.